So, Joel, as a fifth year, coming in, playing 47 games, 9 goals, 13 points, how has this fifth year been for you?
My fifth year so far has been great in terms of on-field. We've had success. We've had a really good team this year, and it's kind of been bittersweet just knowing it's my last year and being a fifth year and seeing all those faces in the crowd and my family knowing that it's, my last kind of home games of the season. In my last year just with everything. And but yeah, so I would say it's been bittersweet, but we've had some success. We've had some trials. We've had some hardships, but we just we keep going.
Yeah, and your coach this year made you captain, correct?
Yes.
How is that being able to lead the team? He said that he made you captain because you were able to lead yourself.
Yeah. So Mike and I had a chat back in the springtime about me becoming captain, and I was all for it. And then I started doing some of my own, preparing during the summer and kind of getting ready for my new role in this team. And to be honest, it's been difficult. It's been a lot harder than other years, just knowing that, I'm the role model for the team and guys look up to me. And it's not all about what I do on the pitch now. It's all about what I do off it as well. And sometimes I lose sleep kind of just thinking about how my guys are doing on the team and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I've embraced it. I love the challenges. I love the pressure of it. And it's just been a learning experience for me for sure.
So going back to your high school years, I was able to touch base with your coach, Brian, and he was talking about how you played on your older brother's team. Do you want to just talk about how you kind of got into playing there?
Yeah, so when I was about, I think, 12 or 13, my brother played on a team called the Aldergrove Razorbacks, and he's 3 years older than me, so they're about 15, 16 at the time. And I think we were at one of their soccer parties or middle of the year kind of parties, and he goes, "Hey, do you want to play for our team tomorrow?" And I looked up to my brother growing up, and so I was like, "Oh, 100%, I'm there." And I knew the physicality of it would be different, knowing that they're 3 years older than I am, and I was a small kid growing up. I was a late bloomer, but I was all for it just because I loved the game. And so the next day, suited up, they registered me, and I just had tons of fun. I actually ended up getting 2 goals, so it was kind of crazy. I was there with the skill level. Just the physicality of it was a bit different, and I just that experience for me was great, just knowing what the next level would have looked like at that time.
How did playing on older team help develop you as a player today?
I think it definitely showed me I had a lot of work to do in terms of the physicality of it and dealing with that. I knew I was skilled enough, but I was just small, and I kind of learned for myself on how to play quicker, do different stuff, and just to make sure that I didn't get pounded in each game. So for me, that experience was amazing, and I kind of just took that in the oncoming years after that.
Nice. He also said that you played on his high school team, correct?
Yeah.
And you said that you and another individual that plays at UFV now, you guys were team captains. How was that developing from playing on a younger team with him to a high school team? Yeah,
that time was a very fun time in my career, just based on how fun it was. For me, there's kind of no pressure. Just you get to play with all my best friends, and we ended up winning the first ever Fraser Valley banner in 50-something years or something like that. But for us, for me, it was just about the relationships I made and the relationships that I have to this day, and just just enjoying every single moment of it.
So going into your Trinity years here, how has the last 5 years been for yourself developing as an individual?
It's been crazy. In terms of on-field stuff, coming into my first year, I wasn't as good as I am now. Pat Roller was the coach for the first 2 years, and he definitely helped me grow as a man on the pitch, and definitely off it as well. And then Mike took over in his third year, and for me, third year was a breakout year for me because I played for a team called the Kitsap Pumas in the PDL that year, and I had a really good season in the summer. And then I came in my third year just a whole new different player. So yeah, for me, it's just my whole career. It's been good, on pitch stuff has been good. Just off the pitch, sometimes it's been a struggle. Just in terms of how I kind of react to things, and that's something Mike and I have been working on these past 3 years when he took over. Is basically you have the skill, you have all that good stuff on field, but can you be a role model for these guys and show them that off-field stuff as well.
Yeah, so going into that, I realized that you became a Christian this past summer, correct?
Yeah.
Do you want to just like touch base on why you came to that decision?
Yeah, so it's been a journey for me actually. It's been, I used to go to church when I was younger, but we kind of got away from it, and I actually thank my parents for that because it allowed me to develop my own faith, and that's actually one of the reasons why I decided to come to Trinity, was to explore my faith. And when I made that decision in grade 10, that was one of the key factors of why I chose to come here. So it's been a journey. I've always believed that there was a God. I've never been a total atheist or anything like that, but it's been a journey ever since my first year, just asking questions and kind of figuring out, you know, what it's all about. And then this past summer when I was in Calgary, I had this kind of crazy experience with my billet family. So my billet family, the mom actually lives in Surrey, and her mom lives right beside CLA.
Oh, wow.
Church in Langley. So one day it was just her and I in the kitchen, and I think I was just eating food or whatever, and she goes, "God has put you here for a reason. Like, you have a purpose to be here in Calgary." And to me, that kind of just struck something within me. For me, it was God speaking through her to kind of get a hold of me, because at that time I was kind of living the lifestyle of a footballer in Calgary. I was, you know, going out, chasing girls, doing that sort of thing, just playing soccer, and something had to change. So I think that was the thing that needed to be changed, and I think it just struck a nerve. And the next couple of days I just dove into the Word and just started praying about it and not really knowing what it was about. But a couple of days later I just gave my life to Christ, and it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made. So
wow, that's awesome to hear. Being in Calgary, you're playing there on a PDL team, correct? Yeah. How was it like finding success in your third year playing in the PDL?
For me, it was a long time coming. I've been in the PDL for about 3 years. Kitsap was a very good experience for me, just based on me developing as a player on the field. And then I went to TSS last year, and we didn't have much success. So I wasn't really sure if I was going to play again. I wasn't sure what teams were interested. And then I talked to Tommy Wheeler Jr., who was the coach of the Calgary Foothills team, and he brought me in. And I knew some guys before that, just playing with them in youth, and so I was already, you know, very close to some of the guys in the team, and winning was crazy. You know, being the best under 23 team in North America, it's humbling just to see, you know, the effects it not only had on myself and my teammates, but all of Calgary and all of Canadian soccer, knowing that, you know, we have players within Canada that can play at the highest level. So yeah, for me, it was one of the best experiences of my life so far, soccer-wise. And I thank God for that.
So talking about like the top elite players, you mentioned that there's a CPL possibly starting up in Canada. Do you want to just touch base on your future and what you'd like to go into?
Yeah, I mean, I want to be a professional footballer. That's always been my dream since I was 5. And the CPL has, you know, given Canadian players new opportunities to do that, exactly that, to become professionals, not only, you know, to become professionals in Canada. So for me, that could potentially be in my plans, but I definitely want to pursue soccer, because I don't think God would bless me with these gifts if He didn't think I could, you know, do something with it. And one day, further down in my career, I want to use like kind of my platform to serve others, because I just think it's so much more than just being a soccer player for me, and there's more to life than just soccer. But I also look at soccer as being a part of me, and I wouldn't have the same relationships I have today without it. And so yeah, so for me, hopefully professional football is in my horizons, but at the end of the day, you can make all the plans you want, but you know, God knows way more than me, and it could be a different route to get there, but I'm just trusting in Him.
So your current coach also said that you're an individual that is committed to self-development, not only on the pitch, but as a person. Do you want to just like touch base and like how you want to develop yourself in this next year to come?
Yeah, I think it's just trying to get better each and every day for me. I think it's just doing the small things well. We always talk about in our culture meetings within our group. It's just about doing all the small things really, really well. And for me, I just take that into consideration in everyday life. Obviously, I'm not perfect. I make tons of mistakes, and some days are hard, but that's kind of the mindset I take into each and every day, just developing not only, you know, the skills and the gifts I've got in soccer, but also in every aspect of my life in terms of relationships and pursuing a relationship with God, and just all different things in life. I think it's just so important that you know, just developing yourself just to kind of, you know, be the best person you can be is is kind of my mindset. So.
Wow, that's so cool. And you also mentioned that last year you did a trial run with the Seattle Sounders. Do you want to just touch base on how that was for you?
Yeah, so in February, I was only supposed to go for a week. It was invitational tryouts for the Seattle Sounders 2 team. And I got the trial actually just sending my highlight video out to a bunch of different teams in the USL. And they invited me in for a trial, and I went there for about a week. I was there, and then they invited me back for another 2 weeks to train with the actual Seattle Sounders 2 team.
Wow.
So I was there for about 3 weeks, and I can honestly say it was one of the best experiences of my life. Just seeing the professionalism within the organization and just all the opportunities they gave me. I also got to train with Clint Dempsey.
Wow.
So that was an amazing experience as well. And unfortunately, it didn't work out, but I think it was all for a reason, because if I made it in Seattle, I wouldn't have the experience I had in Calgary, and I wouldn't potentially become a Christian. I have no idea, but it was my first professional tryout. So for me, I know I could play at that level, and yeah, so I'm just thankful for the overall experience.
That's so cool. And so this weekend, going into your final playoff season, coming up against Calgary, how are you feeling? How is the team deciding to tackle on this big?
It's again, like I said, it's bittersweet. It's going to be my last home game of my Trinity career.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, we're feeling good. We don't really know what Calgary's about. We didn't play them during the season, and teams change from year to year. But yeah, we've been playing well. Training's been good this week. Mike has set out a good plan for us to go and execute, and if we show up, I'm hoping for the best.
Nice. Yeah. That's so cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope the best for the rest of your season.
Thank you so much for having me.